Welcome to the first edition of the X-Rays Forensics Quick Guide, now in video form as opposed to previously in PDF. The first of these quick guides is image creation. So the steps are fairly simple. You want to open a drive, you want to create an image of it, and that is pretty much exactly how it goes. So to open a drive, go Tools, Open Disk, or as you can see, press the F9 button on your keyboard, and it will present you with a list of available media. You have a choice of logical volumes, which is essentially things mounted as drive letters in Windows, and physical media, as in devices, actual physical devices available. In my case, I shall use this removable medium for essentially a USB stick and pick that as the source. As you can see, the drive is opened. The volume inside it would be available for viewing. All it takes is a double click if I so wished. I could do that, but for imaging purposes, completely unnecessary. I have the drive open. I go File, up here, top left, File menu for X-Rays Forensics, as opposed to the File menu for the case data window. And File, Create Disk Image will immediately suggest the removable medium just chosen and opened as the source of the create disk image operation. All that is left for me to decide is which output options I would like. As you can see, I have a choice between creating a raw image, essentially raw data, no compression, no extra headers, no anything, or the traditional evidence file, the E01 type image. I shall stick with that. Path and file name. Obviously, this is where the image goes and by which name. The output destination is a path, which obviously you can choose to override if you simply want to override it this way. That will do too. I could choose to create a second copy, that is, have two images created simultaneously in two separate locations, i.e. have the same image backed up while the original is being produced. I will skip that part. I can obviously enter details about myself and the image in question. Finally, you choose one, or if you prefer, two hash values for computation. Both hash values computed if chosen. Let's go with something slightly more traditional, though of course Tiger192 would be an option. SHA-1 is a bit more traditional. Both hash values, if two are chosen, will automatically not only be included in the log file that is created at the end, but also embedded into the headers of the image, so both of them can be imported by X-Rays Forensics automatically on opening the image. The extra thread is essentially an optimization thing. The compression question, high, it says slow, would of course be a bit excessive. The standard recommended option in X-Rays Forensics is actually fast adaptive, which means the compression is applied in a responsive fashion, in the sense that it applies compression whenever the data actually is efficiently compressible, while not actually attempting to compress those data areas of the source drive that can't be further compressed anyway, usually because they are already highly compressed media files, for example. I hit OK, and it starts imaging. As you can see, I could, at this point in the process, still change my compression options if, for example, I had started with one set of settings and then decided, due to the time it takes or due to some other factor, I'd like to make the compression switch. I could even do this now. Obviously, this would have no retrospective effect on the areas already imaged, but would affect all of the remaining. Similarly, if I started this process just before leaving the computer alone for the night, I could tell it to shut itself down after completion. It also gives me a running tally of things as they happen. So how much data has been read, how much data has been written, and so forth. As you can also see, a compression visual shows me the actual data compression effect. White means little compression, or in fact no compression. Blue means compression, so this area, for example, compresses very well. This area here, apparently not so much. This is simply the compression as found as it proceeds. And here we basically are. As you can see, the compression has significantly increased towards the end of the drive, clearly indicating that there wasn't much by way of meaningful data in the second half, or indeed 2/3 of the drive. Also, as final result of the process, a small messages window informs me of the quick summary. The also open tab shows the acquisition log. As you can see, the log not only records the exact date and version of X-Ways Forensics, but also details about the system, the information that I have entered at the acquisition stage, and various details about both the source and the image itself, including, of course, both chosen hash values.